Akashi.
아저씨 이게 뭐야? 안녕.
Shimiga.
So today we are going to be reviewing Busted season 2.
Boom! Busted! We waited 2 years for this.
Yes, but FYI, this is no promotion, sponsor, or anything to Netflix. It's just we love it because we love the first season, and then we thought that was it. There's no more season number 2, but it ended where there's a cliffhanger and there is season 2, and we waited 2 years for it, so it's finally here.
We already know. There's gonna be a season 3.
Yeah. Anyways, if you guys like this video, hit thumbs up and subscribe.
Always remember, ring that bell for notifications so when we post up videos, you guys get it first.
So for this Busted review, we're actually going to do the first 5 episodes of it, and then the other video of the last 5 will come out.
10.
It's also we also include some reactions after this, so do stay tuned for after this to see some reactions of it. It is some hilarious stuff. So spoiler alert, if you guys have not seen it, just jump to reactions if you guys want, but we are not gonna go through so much of it because it is the first 5 episodes of it.
Like hour episodes.
Yeah, they're like hours. So we're just gonna go give you guys a rough brief of what actually happened within these 5 episodes and who the guests introduced and who joins them. As we all know, seeing the poster and everything, it is Lee Siggy, but that does not mean that Kwon-soo is out of the picture.
Yes.
So yeah, so let's get started. So as of last season, obviously,
Last season.
they were known as protocols of this prototypes of a test that was created by K and C, but there was some defects on it and they have lost their memories.
Yes.
So, but the only guy who was able to retrieve and remember everything and has been trying to solve this was Yoo Yoon-suk. And he was in the first episode. He came back and then he also appeared again and promised them that he will find a cure to this so that they can remember everything. So they found, last season, they found the chip, and K got kidnapped. C stole the chip. They saved K. They went to get it from C. They got locked up, and K passed on a secret message to Jae-soo. Jae-soo went and got the chip, and the place exploded. The container exploded, and they thought Jae-soo was dead. That's what ended for us for season 1. Season 2 is a year later. The members, which is Kwon-soo, Mi-young, Sejong, Sehyung, Jae-wook, and Chomin wakes up and they are like locked up in their own little room and they are given message. Some of them are told to, there's betrayal in your team, there's non-betrayal, but trust each other, and they have to try to solve to exit. They eventually do, and they find out that Jae-soo is alive. And Jae-soo explained to them that K passed on a message to him, and he got out, and he's been watching over the members for a year to see how things are around them, and he's been keeping it a secret. Him and K has been trying to solve things. But here's the thing, Kwon-soo disappears.
Yes. So what happened to him?
We don't know what happened to him. But he got some blueprint, he escaped, and he got the chip, and he escaped.
Right.
So that was the exit for Kwon-soo. As we know, he was busy. That's why he couldn't film it. But they gave him a crucial part, meaning he will return.
Yes.
So Kwon-soo is gone, and we get to see a couple of guests get introduced in these first 5 episodes. Like we have In Won-hee, Kim Min-jae, Yoo Jung-hyun, Stephanie Lee, Park Jin-jung, Jung Jae-hyun, Tae Hang-ho, Lee Yoo-jin, and the list goes on. The genius teams come back and all this stuff like that. Like Hani joins them.
Yes, there's a lot of guests for this season because of how successful the first season was. And so if you guys were following the stuff that was happening during like the last 2 years on them talking about Busted 2, there was a lot of casting that happened.
Yeah, so, and then another thing, this is a really big spoiler here. K and C and another professor is dead.
Yes.
Are dead. As we all know, in the first season, Mr. G, the other professor, the Yoon-ha's
Yes.
father died, and Yoon-ha died as well.
Right.
Well, this one, all three of them died, and we found that Mr. G, the previous guy who died in season 1, he had a son, which is Lee Yoo-jin, who went and killed C and K.
Yes.
But there's a fourth person among them who created this special stuff to put in like detectives, that chip that they were creating.
Right.
They are actually like, killing each other and all stuff like that, and actually someone got them killed, and it was not Lee Yoo-jin, who is Mr. G's son, who killed them. So there's a big mystery going on, and throughout these episodes we obviously get Kim Mi-jae, who always helps them because he is what is he?
He's the lieutenant.
No, the lieutenant is the CSI guy. Sergeant, there you go.
There we
He's a sergeant. And we also find out in one of the episodes that he's actually an heir. Really rich heir.
His actual last name in the season Busted 2
is
Wang
Wang Min-jae.
Min-jae.
And his brothers are, what is it? His brothers are like Wang Hyungjin and Wang something like that. He has other brothers, but
Definitely not Jackson.
yeah, but we get to see them, and obviously with Kwon Soo being gone, the team is actually looking for an intern, which we end up having Do Kwak. I call him Do Kwak. His name is Yuk Sung-jae.
Yuk Sung-jae.
He's their first intern, and he betrays them. He is actually the Phantom Thief. He betrays them, and he made Jisoo feel humiliated, and he, all this stuff like that, and he left, and Honey came to join them, but Honey chose the Genius team over them, and so she left. And then that's when Lee Se-gi finally joins them, and he introduced himself that he is actually a detective working on his own.
Yes.
And he's kind of broke now, so he decides to join them to get some money, and once he gets money, he's gonna go leave and do his own. So throughout this episode, they get cases that they have to solve or cause them to pay them to go solve it. And throughout these cases, they keep getting tied up with three people, which is Lieutenant Yoo Jung-hoon and Stephanie Lee, who is also a profiler, psychologist.
She has a she has an original name.
Her name is Lee Jung-ah. And then we also had General Store Matalang, which is
Matala.
You guys watch it, you guys will understand what we say, Matala. And so these three so these three people keeps like showing up, and the three of them ties to each other. Like they know each other, they have problems with each other, and they don't like each other, and they keep tying up and get crossing paths with the detectives.
Yes.
So these first 5 episodes, obviously, it leads them to, serial killer, solving mysteries, and there's some kind of like suspicious stuff, scary stuff. So they get to go and solve all these stuff, but it ties up together, and some people from season 1 actually shows up again.
Yes. So the whole point of this season is about the Flower serial killer, and the detectives. They are trying to solve the murder case that has happened to K that they believe has something to do with the Flower serial killer.
It's just Flower Killer. The Flower Killer.
Well, he's a serial killer.
Yeah,
he's the person.
Yeah, so it has to do with C, K, and also the other Professor Jung who died.
Because spoiler, the son of the professor, Mr. G, his son only admitted to killing 2 people, which was K and C. He did not admit to killing the third guy. Then, because of that, the members are like, well, if that's the case, then who killed the third guy?
Yeah. And then so he actually, the son, Yoo-jin, actually took the fault for all 3 that he killed all of them, which he actually didn't. So, so there's a lot going on, and then a lot of cases they have to solve, but it has some hilarious stuff in there. Some of the episodes are actually creepy, scaring, gives you goosebumps. Some of them are gross. So there is a lot going on, but basically it keeps going back to the three people that we stated before and the flower killer.
Yes.
And so that's basically what this season is, and they are actually trying to solve that because Kay had actually died. In a way, they kind of forgot that Kwang Soo took off with the chip. Eventually, we know it's going to come up
Right.
at the last episode where it's going to be kind of giving us where it's going to lead us for season number 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
This season of Busted, I have to really give props to the PDs and their staff. They have done such an amazing job. I really, really, really love all the episodes that's been happening, and the intense episodes have been very intense, but the creepy episodes so creepy, but they are so good.
Yeah, so to be very honest, actually we binge watched the first 3 episodes, 4 or 5, and stayed up so late, and then we were just packed with our schedule the next morning. We had to wake up, we're just whatever, let's just go. So we're so excited for it, so happy that they released that they released 10 episodes at the same time. So if you guys have not seen it, do check it out. But we're gonna jump into what are our favorite scenes.
Yes.
These are gonna contain some spoilers if you guys have not seen it, but one of I think so far this is from the first 5 episodes, my favorite scene is actually the button scene of the episode 3, The Phantom Thief, where they have to go and get the odd-eyed diamond, and there's a room that is filled with tons of buttons, and only one of them can open the door to move on to the next level. And they were just kind of like, okay, whatever. And Jae-soo pressed on one, and water flew out at him, and he panicked, and now he's traumatized. As we know from season 1, they got traumatized by opening treasure chests, because Jae-soo had what's the word? Cream bomb explode at him, and then the same thing happened, and then it was a hilarious scene of them pressing buttons, and one of them was deceiving. They kept moving the box, and it turns to balls, and it gets smaller to the point where there's nothing in there, and they were all scared about it. And there was the fire alarm one where Jae-wook wanted to press it, but Sejong goes, do you really want to? What if that really is a fire alarm and the firemen come? Are you going to take responsibility? They end up pressing all the buttons and going through all these things, and none of them is opening the next door. Jae-wook decides to take the full responsibility for it, presses that button, and that's the one, the fire alarm button is the one that opens the door.
Yeah, I think of these first 5 episodes, that's also my favorite scene, because for first things first, it is classic variety. So I really, really love that scene, especially just that episode entirely.
Yeah.
The whole episode was really funny, really engaging, and had a really good story. So I really do like that episode, but that was also my favorite scene because they were it was just non-stop laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think also with the Genius Detective joining them, it was another competition. So in the beginning, when Hani had to choose who she wants to join, and they had to complete the Rubik's Cube, and John Park created 3, he finished 3 sides, and Sehun messed up. He was so bothered by it. And
John Park finished it.
Oh, yeah.
He finished it in 9 minutes.
Yeah, and Sehun completed 1 side, but he messed it up, and he revealed that he is a person where when doesn't complete something, it bothers him, and he has to complete it. If he does not complete it, it drives him nuts. So throughout the episode, he's supposed to be driving them to the next spot, and we hear this da 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 da, and he's actually YouTubing it to fix it, and Jae-wook goes, pay attention, you're driving, don't be doing that. He goes, I forgot I was driving. He puts it away. 9 hours later of filming, that dude finished it.
He finally finished it. He did it. And they were like,
whoa,
oh my god,
finally you finished it.
He was like, I don't care, I'm so happy I finished this.
The whole day he did not care to solve the mystery they're supposed to solve for that day. And he just kept going at it with that thing every chance he can. And he's just walking around with it, turning and everything, watching his video, and all you hear is da 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 da, and then he just kept doing that, and it was just like, oh my god! But it was so hilarious, and for that, and to see the Genius team come back, and they're all like acting like, oh, they're all smart and everything, and then when it comes to being quick-witted and nonsense stuff, they're like
They struggle.
They struggle. They didn't understand it. And the other team, which is Jae-suk and them, when they had to go solve the puzzle and you have to do math for it to get the scroll, and like they just started solving all the nonsense first, and then they put the puzzle on and they just started matching it. They just turned all the puzzle over and started matching it, and it clicks, and they finished it. And like Jung Jae-hyun was like, what does this answer me? And it what is it? Mi-young gives them like a clue, but they still didn't click. Like, it's nonsense stuff that they didn't understand. And then they're just like, we don't get it. So it was actually hilarious to see that. Oh, they act all like, oh yeah, we're the genius detective. You guys are the Pablo detective. But they struggle when it comes to being quick-witted and nonsense. So, yeah. But, anything else?
That's it.
Yeah, so we don't want to spoil so much for you guys. It is actually really good. To be very honest, it is more exciting than season 1. Obviously, I think it would be more hilarious if Kwon Soo was here. But obviously, we have Lee Se-gi, and he's kind of, I don't know, like when he first came, episode 5, that he joined them and he gave them a case and they had to chase down Kim Dong-jung, who was in that episode, and like Lee Se-gi ran in dress shoes and leather pants, and he
trench
just
coat.
He just booked it. He's just like, and then you know how usually when they catch the bad guy, they hold him like this. Lee Se-gi's like, don't you dare run! It's like, dude, like, don't take this so serious. Don't do that to him.
I think the thing that I love about how these first 5 episodes are going so far is that it seems to be a lot more storyline focused than the first season. In the first season, we knew that like they were trying to, find the cure and find that microchip and stuff. But then a lot of times you felt like they were just individual cases. Individual stories. There was like no connection until like later at the end they made the connection. But like this season, every single episode has a connection so far, and it seems like every single person they meet
keeps crossing back.
There's a reason why those people like cross paths, and they're crossing paths with those people, and it almost feels like there's somebody, even like on top, that's like telling them, that's like guiding them in those certain cases that they're getting. So it's been really, really cool, and the missions have like put us like they took the solving stuff like on another level.
Yeah, and it's hilarious because they act all smart like, oh, we got it, but like they struggle when Mi-young is not there because she's the only one who understands it like Korean and English. So when she can't solve something in Korean, she merely thinks of English, and then when she sees it English, she immediately reverses it to Korean. The others don't think like that, so they struggle a little bit. But also with Sejong too, she's getting the hang of it, so she's tagging along a lot with Mi-young, and the two girls are actually solving a lot of things. But like obviously when new girls come, the guys are just kind of like, girls go away. But same thing for Sejong with Tokwa King. She goes, I'm so happy, he's my style. She got all happy with him and everything. But yeah, there's not much to say besides it's actually really good. We're going to actually continue it to see what happens because we're actually very excited to see what's going to happen, who is this flower killer, and how this season is going to end, and how it will set us up hopefully for season 3.
Yep.
Yeah. But stay tuned for reactions after this, and we will see you guys in the last review of the last 5 episodes for Busted Season 2. And that's it for today. See you guys.
She already told him the fucking answer.
No, she told him to the other
I know,
one.
but she told him the opposite of 1 is 6. That's all you need to know. The rest of it is straightforward. Oh! What the fuck? Oh!
Oh!
Whoa! Whoa! Ah, no, Kazu! Oh! Oh, it's a key! Oh!
Whoa! Oh!
So obvious, it's just
Or is it not? Yeah,
so
yeah.
just
세번 말아주네? 계속이죠? 예, 처음이다. 예, 처음이다. 예, 처음이다. 아, 좋아요. 뭐하는 짓이야? 뭐하는 짓이야? 이러다가 잘 있었어? They went to find the boss while the other ones went to find the fire. 맞아! 어떻게 이미 그대로 있잖아. 깜짝이야. 아니, 얘기하자면 여러 가지가 좀 복잡한데, 이거 저 모니터로 계속 봤는데, 그 뱀은 그 한 마리를 손을 못 대. 거기다가 말을 해놓은 게 모니터로 보고 있었다고? 예, 제가 다 보고 있었어요.
네.
다들 아시다시피 걔가 우리를 소집한 다음에 여러 가지
찾아야 돼가지고. 아니 잠깐만요. 그게 아니고.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Oh, shit.
근데 공부를
누구세요?
나는 이곳 담당 형사.
Yeah!
아니 저는 나의 동료이자 동료.
Oh no, 제목!
맞아요. 형사를 때려.
Yeah. You're pretty funny. This is happen every time.
I'm not pressing anymore. I pressed 2. Oh! Oh!
귀엽네.
Oh, there's another one. Just press it. Oh, Jessica. Oh, Jessica. Oh, yeah. That's it. It's over for Jason.
없어.
Thank God he had a hat on.
Where'd your hands come?
Oh, he's not wearing a
Oh! Ow! Ow!
아니 왜 어떻게 된 거야 이거? 이거 예를 들어서 크게 봐야 돼. 시간이 없는데 이거 큰일 났네.
Really? Just that
It
one?
is that one.
That's the only one left.
무슨 의미야? 이거 소화전이 안 되는데? 아닌가? 야, 너 진짜 진짜
띵!
소화전 아니야?
It's like a bell. Just gong it.
안 눌러야 되는 거 아니야?
Move it.
오면 다 형사님이 책임지시는 거예요?
아, 형사님이시니까.
네.
아니, 또 형사님이죠. 전직 형사니까.
Oh yeah, it's a button.
걸렸어?
Ah,
Fake button.